Hey everybody, it's Reviews and More, back with a quick review on a kitchen item. This was purchased from Sam's Club for a grand total of about $20. It's Rubbermaid brand called Take Alongs. It's a 100 pack, so it's 50 containers and 50 lids, and it's basically billed as Rubbermaid's meal prep kits. So this is a lot of Rubbermaid containers, and for 20 bucks for me, this is really nice because I tend to go through these things like toilet paper. I run through them very, very quickly. So before I jump any deeper in the review, if you like the review, please take the time to subscribe or like the video. It really helps out the channel. But without further ado, here we go. What's it contain? It's been up on the screen for about 20 seconds. It's 10 4-cup rectangles without dividers, 10 2.9 cup squares without dividers, 10 3.7 cup divided rectangles, 10 2.35 cup snackers, and 10 1.25 small snackers. Basically, they're all divided up, and they all serve different purposes, and there's some interchangeability with the lids, which is kind of nice, so you don't have to sit there and keep up with lids too much. So the big rectangles and the squares tend to fit each other pretty well, which is kind of nice. The main thing you're probably wondering is whether or not these things can survive the test of time, or rather the test of the dishwasher. The test I conduct here, after I just kind of lay these things out for you, I'm going to run it through the dishwasher on a sanitized cycle. That just means really, really hot water running through the dishwasher. So basically just shy of boiling hot is how hot this is going to come out. So very, very hot water, shooting up fast for an extended period of time with a heated dry at the end on the dishwasher. So it's a hot environment both times. So that's what we're going to be seeing. Here you just see the general size of them. I like these a lot because I've had meal prep kits before, but they're all fairly large because they're kind of designed for someone who's going to eat. But the little small ones are great because my wife doesn't tend to eat big meals, but she eats lots of little small meals. So prepping for her is a lot easier with these smaller square ones. So I can throw a little quarter cup of rice in there and some chicken, but I can do it 4 times instead of having one that she eats half of and then doesn't eat all of it. And there you see the basic things right there. So it's resistance to heat, freezing, as well as top rack in the dishwasher. The main thing, of course, is the top rack in the dishwasher. I've eaten and reheated with these things over the last week and a half, probably 20 times or so. So I've had a good bit of a success in the microwave. There's been no deformation. Everything still fits flat. The dishwasher did pretty well. There was no real deformation. The only time I would say that there could be deformation is if you're really trying to smush those lids in there into the top rack and kind of bending it around like the wires. So make sure you're laying them in there flat and consistent. Otherwise, if you sit there and try to smush them in, they're going to form and shape around that. So as long as they're allowed to sit relatively loose in there, just on top of the little wire holders, as you're seeing here, my wife loaded up, it should be good. Where you might run into issues again is if you sit there and try to smush a lid in where it doesn't really fit well, and you end up kind of bending it around a couple of the wires where you shouldn't be doing that, it might cause a little bit of distortion. But most of that kind of resolves over time, and you wash it properly, it usually kind of corrects itself. So we run it through here, top rack only. I would not advise the bottom rack because again, it's just a little bit hotter. It's also the source and location of most of heated dry elements inside dishwashers. As far as freezing goes, it works fine. To me, the freezing kind of a non-starter. Okay, yeah, you can freeze stuff in it. It's not a big deal. If you're doing something like trying to meal prep soups or something, in theory, freezing would make sense, but they freeze just fine. The water comes out like an ice cube. Doesn't really hold on there very much. It's pretty non-stick, all things considered. Washing's very easy. These things come super duper clean. And for the price point, if they were to put this product out every year, again, I purchased it from Sam's Club. If they were to put this out every year, I'd just toss them at the end of the year and get some new ones because I'm really rough on them, and I do expect these will eventually wear out just because of constant and consistent use. But overall, really happy with them for the price. They work well, they seal well, and they don't tend to leak too much, which is also kind of nice. Now, they're not waterproof, so don't sit there and hang them upside down and shake them or nothing, but they don't leak much material. So without further ado, I'll end this whole video and say thank you for watching. Have a great day. Like and subscribe to the video if you found it helpful, and I will see you on the next one.